Hello my friends. In this video we are going to talk about some of the skills in baseball and ways that you can practice them at home with whatever equipment you might have at your home. So in baseball there are two teams. One team is playing defense, that's the team in the field, and then you have the team that is batting, trying to hit the ball and score runs. Today we are going to focus on the defensive team, the players in the field, okay? Now their job is to get the runners out and to stop the other team from scoring runs. And there are a couple of different ways that the defensive team can do this. The first way they can do it is by catching the ball after the batter hits it, okay? So when we're talking about catching in baseball, just like other sports, whenever the ball is above our waist, we want to have our thumbs together, okay? When we have our thumbs together, we use our eyes to track the ball, move our body so that we are in position to catch it. And anytime that the ball is low, we would have our pinkies together, okay, like this. All right, now, if you don't have a baseball at home, that's fine. I'm going to use this guy right here. This is just 2 pieces of construction paper with some tape around the outside. But you can use whatever ball you happen to have at home. I would recommend using a soft ball, all right, something that's not going to hurt should you miss and it hits your face, okay? So, just a couple of things here. Again, the ball is up high. We have our thumbs together. We don't want to have a big space between our fingers, right? We want to be able to trap that ball right there in that spot, right? And the same thing when the ball's down low. We can't really see it in the video, but we catch the ball just like this when it is down low. Now in baseball, we often see the players wearing a glove. I don't have a baseball glove, so I'm using my oven mitt. Same idea. And the reason they do this is because a real baseball is hard, okay, and it's going to hurt when catching it with your bare hands. Now, when we're catching with a glove, we still use the same ideas as before, all right? Just one thing to keep in mind with our glove, we don't want to have our hands like this so that our fingers are pointing towards the sky. We want to tip the fingers back, okay? And we want the palm of our hand facing towards the sky, all right? So we want a nice little area for that ball to settle in our glove. Once the ball gets in the glove, we're going to squeeze it with the glove to trap it, okay? So make sure we have our palm towards the sky, and we squeeze with the glove, and we also use our other hand to trap that ball in the glove to make sure that we secure the catch, okay? Now, if you don't have a baseball glove at home, that's fine. You can easily do these without a glove. That's totally fine. All right, and now, very important little reminder when it comes to which hand do we wear our baseball glove on, okay? So we all probably know which hand is our favorite hand, which hand we want to use to throw a ball, which hand we would write with, okay? So think of your favorite hand. This is my favorite hand right here. Your glove goes on the other hand. And the reason for that is simple. Once you catch the ball in your glove, you're going to need to throw it with your favorite hand. So we catch with our glove hand, and then we throw with our favorite hand. So here's a couple of different ways that we can practice these skills, right? By yourself, just take a ball, go outside where you have more space, toss the ball up in the air nice and high, okay? Toss it nice and high and catch it. I can't do it in my apartment, but go outside, just toss the ball up in the yard nice and high and try to catch it. If you have somebody in your family that'll play with you, have them throw the ball nice and high. Use your eyes to track it, move in position. You want to catch with your arms extended, okay? We don't want to use our body to help trap the ball, all right? So just keep those things in mind when you are playing. Now, when you're playing defense in baseball, the ball's not always going to be hit up in the air as a fly ball. Sometimes you're going to have ground balls, and your job on a ground ball is going to be to get the ball in your glove under control and to be able to then throw it to the correct base to try to get the runners out. Okay? So the number one thing to think about is you do not want the ball to get by you. Okay? Because if the ball gets past you, then the runners can keep on running and running, and one of your teammates might have to then go and field the ball themselves, or you might have to run after it to field it yourself. Either way, that's a lot of time lost, and it could be the difference between winning and losing the game. So when we're setting up for ground balls, there's a few things to keep in mind. We're going to have our knees bent, okay? Glove, no glove. We're going to have our hands down in front of us, so we're going to have our palms kind of close together, all right, because we're going to want to trap the ball, okay? Think of it almost like an alligator mouth, chomp, 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 okay? Now with the glove, all right, we're going to have our glove. We're using our glove, it's down near the ground, and our other hand is right here, all right? And so when the ball gets into your glove, okay, we're then going to stand up, and we're always going to be throwing after we field the ground ball, okay? We always want to think about throwing the ball after we field it. We could be throwing it to the base, we could be throwing it back to the pitcher, okay? Now, just like I'm doing now is a great way to practice fielding ground balls, okay? Got a ball, I'm going to roll it into something so that it bounces back. All right, here's from the side view. Have my knees bent, gloves down on the floor. Good, pick it up. Now, if you have someone in your family who will play with you, then by all means, have them roll some ground balls to you and you try to field them as fast as you can. And after you field the ground ball, pick it up and throw it to them, okay? Get in that habit of throwing after fielding. All right, my friends, now that we have fielded the ground ball, this would be a great time to review our overhand throw and practice our throwing skills. So, first thing to keep in mind, if I am throwing to you, you are my target, I am going to start by turning so that my opposite shoulder is facing towards you, the target, okay? The ball is back here in my favorite hand. And I'm going to start the ball up here, kind of the same height as my ear, and I'm going to be bending my elbow, and I have my elbow about the same height as my shoulder. And as I throw, I'm going to start by pointing to my target, and remember that we are going to step with our opposite foot. I throw with my right hand, so that means I step with my left foot. And don't forget to turn our body. Okay, there's a few different things that happen here, okay? And as we practice, we put them all together. So, ball's in the starting position. When we are learning the overhand throw, it's a good idea to point to the target. And here's the step and the follow through, okay? Again, point, step, follow through. We're always turning our hips. We're going to turn our chest so that it faces our target. Point. Look at where they are. Elbow. Point. Step. Throw. Point. Step. Turn. Follow through. Point. Step. Turn. Follow through. Now, obviously, there's a lot of great ways to practice this. If you have someone in your family who will play catch with you in the yard, go ahead and do that. Also, if you want to practice by yourself and you have a wall that you can use indoors, need a soft ball to do this, all right, you can throw and play catch with the wall, okay? Remember, it's shoulder pointing to the target. Point, step, throw, point, step, throw. If you want to, you can get creative and put some little targets on the wall to aim for, or put some targets outside to try and work on your accuracy. But that is the basics of an overhand throw. You'd be using that in baseball as a fielder quite a bit.